is beautiful, to say the least, but does not convey the message that many of you have always thought you heard. You see, the mystery schools speak to each other in symbology, in a symbolic language that they have learned to use over the millennia to hide their real secrets, their real intent, their real work, which has always been from the beginning to reestablish on this earth an ancient government ruled by a council of wise men, a benevolent despotism, a one-world totalitarian socialist government.
Mr. Cooper's words sure do resonate, especially now, don't they? And just on a quick search of this chapter of Freemasonry, we find, by the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry no less, that the Rose Croix degrees, or the Rose Cross, are the spiritual center and among the most important in the whole body of Freemasonry. And the degrees within the chapter of the Rose Croix, or Rose Cross, are known for being among the most intellectually stimulating.
And its soul science work may be called the child of the Rose Cross order. Years ago it was found that where there was one person who desired to follow the work with heart and soul, in other words, who was willing to live the life as taught by the order, there were 100 others who desired teachings from the order, but who were not willing to dedicate their lives to the sublime work.
The first Rose Croix chapter was established in New York, and this was the first in North America. It was formally recognized as Scottish Rite Masons in 1813. And if we understand Freemasonry correctly, all of the orders are the circles of specialties that Master Masons of the 33rd degree may pursue.
Now I break from this for a moment to remind you that I have previously stated that the Fraternity of Freemasons, the Ancient Order of the Rose and Cross, the Sovereign and Military Order of the Knights of Malta, the Knights Templars, the Mormon Church, all of these, the Illuminati, the Order, the Skull and Bones, are all the same organization. And what you have just heard is the first admission of that fact. And you are going to hear more as I progress. And remember, I'm reading this right out of their own publication, a hard-bound book published by the Philosophical Society in Allentown, Pennsylvania, specifically for the Rose Cross Order.
I really appreciate the scope of research this author of the Genesis 6 Conspiracy, Gary Wayne, has done on this topic. I also appreciate the scope of research Mr. William Cooper has done on this topic as well. And so it is with their quotes and it is with their words that we're going to walk through what the Rosicrucian order is, what the Rose Cross or Rose Croix is, and what that means within the brotherhood of Freemasonry. And this is just part 1. So, quoting from chapter 77 of Mr. Wayne's book, The Genesis 6 Conspiracy, on page 540, quote, The shadowy snake brotherhood, intimately connected to all other spurious organizations, is the Rosicrucian order. Its esoteric thought was at a climax in Germany during the 17th century and was the furtive route for Nazi occultism, according to Bagent and Lee. Hence, this was the age of Rosicrucian manifestos and Rosicrucian enlightenment. Continuing with the quote here, in 1623, Rosicrucianism made its first subversive public appearance under the name College of the Brothers of the Rose Cross, claiming to possess the perfect knowledge of the Most High. This new brotherhood was formed with 36 mysterious members at the core. They were known as the Invisible Ones. One cannot help but notice the similarity to the invisible colleges created some 20 years later in England and in France, both formed by Rosicrucians and Freemasons. The Snake Brotherhood was a skilled order like the Cather Perfecti, according to Hancock and Bowell. All were medical doctors. Rosicrucianism integrated into the Freemasonry movement in 1760, the same year the Royal Society gained its charter. Rosicrucianism has been credited with exercising the biggest influence over Freemasonry. Rosicrucians transformed Freemasonry from operative to speculative. Aristocrats began to dominate Freemasonry during the dawn of reason. Speculative Masonry then took its new place with progressive thought alongside the Royal Society. In this spirit, then, understand that it was indeed the Rosicrucians who actually founded the Royal Society or Invisible College with the help of Freemasonry. The mission was to build a House of Solomon, the idealistic temple for the sciences, imagined and conceived by Sir Francis Bacon and Sir Thomas More. Close quote.
Work, though in entire harmony with the teachings of the Rose Cross Order. The work of the Rose Cross Order as given to its students can never be published. It is a secret, sacred work between teacher and student. Let me read that again for you. It is a secret, sacred work between teacher and student. It is a soul training, an inner initiation, and such work continues until the student has reached initiation, after which he is called upon to attend a convocation, and at which time the degree work is conferred upon him. But the inner work always precedes the outer work, as the outer work is only a bond binding together the brotherhood.